we are playing the Cimarosa Concerto for 2 flutes.
It's gonna be great.
Stephen Harlow's.
Yeah.
At Steve's Wine Bar.
Steve's Wine Bar. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fun. More opera-inspired music and music by the Penguins. Okay, so how did we meet?
Well, we met online.
How did you know I wasn't like a weirdo?
I didn't. What else?
Like, what do you think are some of the hardships and difficulties of being a performer?
Okay, well, I mean, like, I guess just all of the constant rejection, you know, for every like one thing you win, there's a slew of things that you don't.
Right. And you
even,
have no control over it.
Exactly. And even social media doesn't help because everybody's like, oh, I did this and I won this and I won this, but like they don't post about everything that I didn't win this and I didn't. Some people do. Some people are doing more of that. How has your thought concept on your career changed from before you started taking all of those big orchestral auditions from how you feel now?
Yeah, I guess when I first started out, I just assumed that, you know, the big prize was like a full-time orchestra job. But anyway, I didn't have much success taking all those auditions.
I'm sure you still learned a lot.
Oh yeah, I learned a ton. And I actually enjoyed the process. It's not like I took them all and I was like bitter about it or something. I felt like always like, you know, okay, fine, like I'll do better at the next one. Like this past year, I haven't really had the desire to take auditions because I actually got to play in an orchestra, good one. I'm just subbing, but like, I think I like felt like validated. I had like this external like validation, which is like maybe unfortunate that I needed that, but I think because I had like someone's stamp of approval being like, welcome to our world, then I realized like I didn't have to try so hard. Sorry, I kind of got off topic. I was thinking about how like I'm just so lucky that I have like the freedom to like do whatever I want, because I feel like if you have a big like lofty position, even as like a professor or something, it's like there's certain like spoken or unspoken like expectations about how you behave outside of the job. Even I think like having musical like artistic control over my music too, that's what struck me when we went to our concert. It's like watching all these players, great musicians, but they have to do only what the conductor's telling them to do. It's not like, I mean, I like playing with the conductor and stuff, but when like that's all you do, because it's like, you know, those jobs are demanding. For me, like, I don't know, I feel like I didn't grow up in like the world of music or whatever, so I think I really needed to have time at this stage to develop that and like let myself be free, which is really why I wanted to start the Pantones, because we did, you know, some of the tunes that we play with Pantones with Los Patos, and I remember just like playing those Andean flute things and like being on stage. I learned it from ear, so I was like super comfortable with the melody and everything. I just could be so expressive, which is like so not how I felt when I was in school, you know? I felt so much like I was like, do this, don't do this, which in a way you have to have some of that direction, but like also at some point I feel like a teacher has to be like, okay, you're basically good, like follow your instincts, you know? That was a long answer.
What do you mean though? Yeah.
So what are your least favorite parts about being a musician?
The pressure all the time, and like, and maybe it's because I'm still in school, but it's like the constant like, well, what did you do this month to expand your resume?
Oh.
And it's like that constant like, okay, make sure I'm like
having something
becoming,
to show.
and like becoming like that well-rounded, working on being a better teacher for my students and doing things for them, but then also like being the best performer that I can be all the time, which is hard enough when that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And then making enough money to pay the bills, and then also having time for myself.
Yeah, and, like, and your like family, your relationships.
Right. Do I have like a work-life balance, or do I come home exhausted?
Totally drained.
Yeah.
It was interesting when after we went to that concert, I was thinking about some of the stuff we talked about. I was telling Robert, like, I think if I have like 2 goals in my musical career, it's one, like, always be challenging myself. I think that's part of it, like part of the like why I'm not. I mean, I have my share of like perfectionistic habits and like tendencies, but it's like the singing, the piano playing. It's sort of like I know it's not as good as my flute playing, but also it's like I don't know. I guess I've kind of make a game out of like doing stuff that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, to like always be challenging myself, and then the other thing is like just be a nice person. Like I want people to think that I'm a nice person, and I want to be a nice person. Because like I feel like once you get like so far along in your career, it's like as far as like who's better than who, it's like everyone's really good. I mean, come on.
This is true.
Yeah. It's just like let's just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
We're all good.
I think there's a lot of people that think that way, but then there's also a lot of people that like are just like, oh, did you see what so-and-so posted on Instagram?
I think that's why I have to really limit how much I get on there, because if not, I start caring too much too. I mean, it's easy. If you're on it all the time, of course you care. I mean, it's natural.
Yeah.
That's what that whole platform is built on.
Yeah, and then doing all these external competitions, and I don't like doing them, but I do them because I want to challenge myself. Like, can I do this better? Can I stand up there in a really high pressure situation and actually enjoy myself?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't, but I'm trying.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the most important thing is you just have to keep on challenging yourself. Like, wherever you are, there's something that you can do that's uncomfortable. You know?
There's always.
But it's like, it's different to each person. After a while, I started to feel like nearly comfortable taking professional auditions because I'd done like so many.